Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets hidden within boring corporate papers. And I think for today's video, we have a bit of a treasure chest of numbers for you. Today, we're diving into a report from Soluna Holdings Incorporated that just dropped. It is not a full quarterly report, but more of a current report offering some updates. And while it does not serve us up a heaping plate of financial statements, it does give us a glimpse into what the company is signaling to the market. We will be focusing on what exactly they are trying to communicate and what it means for investors. You know the drill. If you like these deep dives into corporate filings, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our Discord community linked in the description for more. So this report is dated the 13th of January 2026. It is a current report, which means something happened that the company felt investors needed to know about right away. Usually these reports are triggered by significant events like mergers, acquisitions, executive changes, or major business developments. The main point of this filing is under item 7.01, which is a Regulation FD disclosure. Regulation FD, or fair disclosure, is a rule by the US Securities and Exchange Commission that prevents companies from selectively disclosing important information to certain people, like analysts or large investors, before making it public. So, when they file under this, they are essentially saying, hey everyone, we're sharing this information publicly so nobody can say we told some people and not others. What happened on the 13th of January 2026 was that Soluna Holdings Incorporated, or the company as they call it, put out a press release. This press release contained information about their business operations and company happenings that hadn't been officially reported before. They mentioned this is information they regularly put on their website, which is a common way for companies to keep people updated between major financial reports. Now this is where it gets interesting. They've attached this press release as an exhibit, Exhibit 99.1. Think of exhibits as the supporting documents for the main report. They're saying that everything in that press release is now officially part of this filing, even though it is not written out directly in the main body of this 8K form. Here is a crucial detail. They are telling us that the information in this press release, even though it is attached, won't be considered officially filed under a specific section of the Exchange Act, Section 18. What does that mean in plain English? It means they are less liable if something in that press release turns out to be not quite right, or if predictions don't pan out exactly as stated. It is like saying, this is for your information, but we're not making legally binding promises here. They go on to say this information won't automatically be considered part of any future legal filings unless those filings specifically mention it. This is a way to limit the scope of this particular disclosure, indicating it's more of an informational update rather than a formal commitment that carries significant legal weight across all their future reports. Let's just quickly glance at the securities this company has registered. They list their common stock with par value of $0.001 per S-share, trading under the symbol SNH on the Nasdaq stock market, LLC. They also have a preferred stock, the 9.0% series accumulative perpetual preferred stock, also with a par value of $0.001 per S-share, trading under the symbol SNHP on the same exchange. And finally, under item 9.01, which deals with financial statements and exhibits, they confirm that exhibit 99.1, the press release, is indeed attached. They also list exhibit 104, which is for the cover page interactive data file. This is a standard part of modern filings where key information is embedded in a machine, readable format. So, what is the story here? This filing is essentially a formality to legally disclose a press release that they already put out. The real story, the juicy details we'd normally dig into, would be in that press release. Exhibit 99.1. Since we don't have the content of that press release, this 8K is more about the act of disclosure than the specific information revealed. It signals Soluna Holdings is communicating something to the public, and they're doing it in a way that minimizes their legal exposure on the forward-looking statements within that communication. Now, looking at this filing, it is clear Soluna Holdings Incorporated is trying to be proactive in its communication. This filing is signed off by David C. Michaels, Chief Financial Officer. This is standard procedure for financial officers to attest to the accuracy and completeness of the company's disclosures. So, what is my take on this? This particular filing is a bit of a placeholder. It tells us a press release was issued on the 13th of January 2026 containing operational and corporate information. The significance lies in the content of that press release, which we don't see here. However, the company's choice to file this report under Regulation FD and to state it is not fully filed suggests they are carefully managing what they are putting out there, likely sharing operational updates or strategic initiatives. The lack of detailed financial tables means we can't do a deep dive into their numbers today, which is a shame because that is usually where the most interesting insights are found. What we can infer is that management feels the information in the press release is important enough for public disclosure, but wants to maintain flexibility regarding its legal implications. What we would typically look for in a fuller report is the company's revenue growth, their profitability, any changes in their debt, and cash flow, for instance. If they were reporting a sales increase, we'd want to know if it is organic growth or through acquisitions and how it compares to industry trends. If profits were down, we'd investigate the reasons rising costs, increased competition, or strategic investments. With this current report, the best we can do is acknowledge that an update was provided. The key takeaway here is that Soluna Holdings is actively communicating. The crucial next step for any investor would be to find that press release, Exhibit 99.1, and understand what operational or corporate information was shared. Without that, this 8K is just a notification that information was shared. Alright? That is our quick breakdown of the Soluna Holdings Incorporated filing. What do you think this type of disclosure means for the company? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more corporate deep dives. And don't forget to join our Discord community. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.